Tropical depression Urduja maintains its strength and is now over the West Philippine Sea. As of 5 p.m., State Weather Bureau Pag-asa says Urduja is 120 kilometers northwest of Puerto Princesa City, Palawan. Urduja packs maximum sustained winds of 45 kilometers per hour and has gustiness of up to 60 kilometers per hour. Signal number 1 is raised over Palawan. At least 31 people are killed and 49 others are missing in eastern Visayas because of Urduja. President Rodrigo Duterte warns at least 60 cops will be asked to leave the service in a purge of abusive policemen. Duterte was speaking during Senator Manny Pacquiao's birthday party. He rails against cops who are in cahoots with criminal gangs or corrupt local government officials. Duterte says his dilemma is if they leave the Philippine National Police, they will become guns for hire of gangs and drug lords. Duterte reminds cops he will destroy anyone who engages in drug trafficking or corrupt practices. The president recently ordered the return of the Philippine National Police into his war on drugs. Still on the police, PNP Chief Ronald De La Rosa says he will fast-track the procurement of body cameras for policemen. De La Rosa says, quote, "I am looking for funds now, so it'll be okay even if funds from Congress come late. I am looking for well-meaning Filipinos to donate funds to buy body cameras." He adds he won't accept donation from people with bad reputations. De La Rosa says the PNP will require cops to wear the cameras in all operations once they have bought enough for all police stations. Senator Legarda is open to be appointed at the Social Welfare Department after her term ends in 2019. Legarda, in a television interview, says she would want to have very strong oversight functions over an agency taking care of the people. Directly asked if she is open to it, the senator says the DSWD is a very important department that takes care of the most vulnerable sector. When asked if President Rodrigo Duterte asked her to become his next DSWD secretary, Legarda does not answer the question and instead talks about her job as Senate Finance Committee chairperson. Duterte earlier said he made an informal offer to a lady senator he refused to name. He says he made the offer long before the Commission on Appointments rejected former DSWD Secretary Judy Taguiwalo in August. Duterte has yet to appoint a new DSWD chief 4 months after Taguiwalo was rejected. President Rodrigo Duterte downplays his granddaughter's use of Malacanang Palace for a photo shoot, saying it's no big deal. Duterte says it shouldn't be a problem because many other Malacanang guests take photos of themselves in the palace. He says, quote, "She's my relative. It's a small matter to use Malacanang." Isabel Duterte, daughter of Davao City Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte, with his ex-wife Lovely Sumera, brought professional stylists, makeup artists, and photographers for her pictorial session in preparation for her supposed debut. The photo shoot, which included the use of the presidential seal, sparked outrage among netizens who criticized it as inappropriate use of Malacanang. Critics also say it goes against the president's image of a man who lives a simple life. An executive order states that the presidential seal should be used exclusively to refer to the Philippine president. Malacanang says the shoot did not violate any regulations. United States President Donald Trump on Sunday insists he will not fire special counsel Robert Mueller, despite his team's recent attacks on the credibility of the probe into Russian interference in the U.S. election. Republicans have sought to cast doubt on the probe's impartiality and pressed for a new independent prosecutor to investigate anti-Trump bias. This has led to speculation the Trump administration could be laying the groundwork for firing Mueller. In a letter to congressional committees, Trump campaign lawyer Cory Langhofer said the General Services Administration unlawfully produced private materials, including privileged communications that Mueller then used as part of his Russia probe. The GSA is the government agency that supports presidential transitions, the interim period after a new president is elected, but before he takes office. The letter added a warrant should have been obtained for such materials, saying it violated the Presidential Transition Act. Trump says his people are very upset about it. He says, quote, "I can't imagine there's anything on them, frankly, because as we said, there's no collusion. There's no collusion whatsoever."